Kris Ress, and we are founders of Success Factory and DACO. We are very happy that our community, in cooperation with merchants, has come together and made such a huge event, first of these kinds, an expo for merchants. So I remember exactly when we started the project, and there were a lot of people who told that this will not work out, we will not survive the first year even. But here we are, and we are soon 3 years old, growing and growing in technology, growing in members, growing in also in our employees who work every day on this project to make it happen. And at the same time, I'm not tired to repeat that this will be able only with good, visionary, hardworking people like you are. So really thank you all. Give a big hand to yourself, please.
Hello from my side as well. I'm not going to keep you here for the next 3 hours, as usually. Go for it, yeah? I also want to acknowledge the community for creating such an event, to bring the merchants together, to make them connect and share experience and bond, and also form new partnerships. I would like to start with the fact that we are not the bosses. We also have bosses who actually run the companies, who are much smarter than we are. We just have been lucky enough to be in the right place, to be able to put together an amazing team of employees and grow that bigger and bigger, and make them do what they do best, create magic. Of course, we sometimes tell them that we should do those things and we should go in that direction, but they are the ones who are actually making it happen. So I think we might get a little bit too much of attention or importance in your eyes. There are much more important people in the companies working, and some of you who have been to the offices, who have seen the expansion of the offices from 100 square meters to 400 and then 400 more, and now we're over 2,000 square meters of office space. So we are growing very strongly. For those who are saying that, who said in the beginning that this company will not last for a year, and who then had to repeat that no, it won't last for 2 years, and who are now saying that it won't last for 3 years.
I'm sorry for them.
Exactly, as Julian said, we are sorry for them. I saw a week ago or 2 weeks ago somebody very smart saying that we have gone bankrupt. I think we're still here, going stronger than ever. So there are always those who want to say bad things. There are always those who are negative. There are always those who are skeptical. And I'm pretty sure that even in this room there are some people who are skeptical. Are you bold enough to raise your hand if you're skeptical? You're skeptical. Very good. You're the person I work for, to prove you wrong. You're my motivation. And there are so many people who tell us every day that you're doing the wrong things, your strategy is wrong, you are not going to succeed. Well, I don't believe them. I believe in our team, I believe in our strategy, I believe in our vision. And as I see, we have more and more world-class experts joining the team. A lot of people that you don't know, and a lot of them you won't even get to know, but who are working behind the scenes, We had just a couple of weeks ago a top level individual in business, leadership, digital platforms, a person who really knows this kind of industry join our corporate team. We will not reveal him because he's going to be working for a very intensive, with a very intensive schedule with us just to make it better. And that was a person I wanted to go for a training to. I wanted to travel to him so that he would train me so that I would be better. But when we were speaking and he understood what we were doing, he said, that thing is cool. So he came over to Estonia to train some of our corporate leaders. And he said, you know what guys, I want to join your team. Because I want to be part of this thing that you are creating. I want to be part of this vision. And I see that there are more and more people like this coming forward. So I know that we are doing the right thing. It's an industry and it's a journey that is going to be a very long journey. It's going to take a lot of time. But the challenge with this, and there will be many, is that this industry has been ruined by people who are with very short sight. Now, if we would live with a short sight, you would all be drunk, you would be drinking and driving and doing drugs, and I don't know what amazing things you would be doing. But you're not doing those things. You want to live for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, correct?
Yes.
So why do we want to do a business for the next 6 months or 1 year? We want to do this business for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
Yes.
We want to build up something that really changes the world. Now, even though I'm very delighted to see merchants starting to accept cryptocurrency in Estonia and in Europe, in Australia. Now, this place, let's take Estonia, it's not our target market. We have nothing to complain about here in Estonia. We have excellent banking system. We can do transactions. Everybody has access to money. We can do global transactions quite fast. Within European Union, a transfer takes 2-3 hours. It's not in the country, it's within European Union. There is 35 countries, more, at least, something like that. Let's say 30-40 countries in European Union, 800 million people who can transact within a few hours. Hey, come on, that's really, really good. Our target market is somewhere else. So that's where our focus also goes. And every once in a while, we do these info days and trainings with our employees just to keep them on track with the vision and all the plans. The first time when we did that, I understood that it's one of the most difficult tasks to explain them why cryptocurrency is needed. Because they live in Estonia, they're very tech savvy, for them everything is digital. And then I realized that I need to ask one question. Think what would be different in your life if you wouldn't have a bank account? What would you need to do differently? What services you cannot automatically purchase or consume? How do you pay your taxes? How do you pay your bills? The electricity bill, what do you need to do? You need to take every month 1 day where you go from one company to another, or when you go to the post office to pay your electricity bill. Right now it goes automatically from your bank account. So that made them think what is different. How they have to be, how different their days would be. But this is the reality in 1/3 of the world. They don't have those things. They don't have those services. And even if they would have the bank account, those services are not developed in their area because those companies, they see that those people, they can't pay, so I won't even focus on that market. So even if they could pay all of a sudden, they don't have those services yet. So crypto is something that really is going to change, especially the developing countries, and that's what we want to achieve. So We have taken on a long and a challenging journey. It hasn't been easy. I have a feeling it won't get any easier. But what I'm very happy about is that the team with who we are taking on this journey is growing stronger and stronger. The corporate team and also the community. We are getting more and more well-educated, qualified, solid people, solid leaders who help to build the community of users and who then help to bring the merchants as well. When it comes to merchants, then Oleg, I'm sorry I'm going to say this, and for other people as well who really like to focus on merchants, I don't believe right now is the right moment to really use cryptocurrency. It's a bit too early. Like for example, here in Estonia, all the merchants, they have all the systems that they can imagine to accept the payments. But what really excites me is that there are merchants who are looking into the future, who understand that in the future technology will be different, the financial world will be different. And they are starting to use and to learn the new technologies. They are starting to think about the new generation, the future. And they are catering those people who are also innovative. And that is good, because whenever you are able to be ahead of some kind of trend, of some kind of development, when you're able to be ahead of the wave that is coming, what do you think? Will the person benefit or lose from that situation?
Benefits.
If you're ahead of something that is coming,
Lose.
unless it's a car, you're gonna benefit. If you're ahead of the coming car, you're gonna lose. But if you're ahead of technology and innovation, you're gonna win big time. So those merchants who are right now looking into crypto, it's an excellent thing that you're doing. Here in Europe, it's not gonna change much of your life today. It's gonna give you some more freedom and flexibility with the money, because you choose, you decide what to do. Please make sure that you pay the taxes. But in those countries where people don't have possibilities to transact, where merchants, the only way how to transact is cash, face to face, for them, crypto is going to make already today a very big difference. And if you're doing international business, of course, it's going to make a lot of things easier. So I want to thank you all. I'm really appreciative to every one of you who is contributing to these projects, to help us grow, to help us make this beautiful vision a reality. You alone don't make a big difference. We alone don't make a big difference. But all together and with the rest of the community, and as you saw from the video, we have people from all around the world, and this is the key. So together with the community, we will be able to make a difference. How big is it going to be? I dream and I hope that it's going to be very, very big. But even if we manage to make 10, 20, 30 million people happier, their lives easier, then that's also a good thing that we are able to do. Will we reach to billions? I don't know. Hundreds of millions, hopefully. But for sure, we're going to affect tens of millions of people in a good, positive way. And thank you for that.